Hello, friends. Welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you for joining me today. We are doing the updates. And as you can probably see, I did get my La France completed. It's a Villa Rosa Designs pattern here. Move out of the way so you can see the full thing. There is another yellow border up at the top of it. You can't see it because that's what it's hanging by. But we did have that top completion this week. Y'all know I was trying to do it for Saturday and then we got called out and then I came home and I was like, well, let me finish it. Well, I'm recording this on Sunday and I did complete the quilt top, but we had a birthday celebration today for my aunt. My youngest daughter, her fiance, and their baby was there with me. So we had just four generations. We had my aunt, me, my daughter, and my grandson. So, but she had her children, two of her three children were there. And of her two children that were there, her oldest daughter's youngest child was there, and her second daughter's only child was there. But her great-grandson was there. So let me see. I'm trying to think. This grandson, then great-grandson. Yeah, her granddaughter, not grandson. So we had a lot of people. And we had a lot of heat and a lot of rain and a lot of food and a lot of everything, friends. So, but we had a very good time today. And as I said, it's Sunday. We did this at 1 today, so we had a very good turnout for that, and I'm so excited. None of her siblings made it. My mother is her sister. My mother is off working right now. My mother is a cook on a tugboat, so and we can't get her to retire. She should be retiring, but she won't retire. She loves doing that. And her brother, he's off working right now. And her other sister, she called her and she's like, oh, I forgot. She fell asleep. She's getting old. She's getting senile in her old age. And if she sees this, she knows I'm playing. But we had a really good time. I got to see her husband that I haven't seen in a really long time. And there is a special relationship with this aunt and myself. I know a lot of people probably won't think this. Now, this is not the aunt that lives here. This is my mother's sister. My Aunt Betty is the one that lives here. That's my dad's sister. This is my mother's sister. She was like another mother to me when I was pregnant with my first child. She's the one that carried me to the hospital whenever I was scared with things. She was the one I would talk to because my mother was dealing with my stepdad being very ill, and you know, I didn't want to bother my mom with it. And plus, this aunt, she's some kind of medical, like LPN, CNA, something. She knew things that I didn't know. I was young. But, and for the first year of my daughter's life, she helped me with her a lot. But with all that being said, let's get into the updates, friends. You see, I got the quilt top finished. I am going to take this to Miss Ava, have it quilted pretty quickly. Anyway, I'm going to have this one done because it is for my grandson. And this is going to be the binding on it. I love that. I think that is so cute. But that's going to be my binding. I'm thinking that's the binding. Yeah, that's the binding. But I'm going to use this as my binding, and I'm going to take it though to Miss Ava, have her quilt it. I will bind it. I'll just have her trim it down for me because I don't have enough space to trim it down. But what else did we do? Well, you did see me finish the Charmed, I'm sure. But I think I had that in the updates last week that I had completed that. The Charmed, I'm sure, is done. We have the La France done. And we also, Friday night on our live with Tammy. We also got our 3 Christmas tree blocks done. This is for block 11. So we're done with block 11, the first session. So all we're doing is putting our Christmas trees together. That was in our 2nd month and our 8th month. We're just putting them together in units. So I'm thinking the next Friday that we come together, which will be the 4th Friday of the month, we will be doing block 12, which is just taking 2 trees, putting them together. And I think we're only doing 2 or 3 of those. So we will actually start assembling our quilt together at that time. And I may even pull my pattern out to try to start getting my blocks in the order that they need to assemble. So when I go to sew, I can just throw them together. But I will need to go ahead and cut my fabric for that. So friends, that's what I got done this week. I really did not touch my EPP this week because this week has been something else at work. I had told my boss on Thursday evening I was out of the game. We kept getting curveballs thrown to us last week, and I just was tired of it. I was done. I was like, 3 strikes, I'm out. Get me out of here. I'm done. Last week was very tiring. I am still trying to heal from whatever this is going on in my head. Summer cold, whatever, because everybody's got it. I mean, it was 100 degrees earlier today. We had a thunderstorm roll through. Now it's 84 degrees. You know, when you have temperature ups and downs like that with rain and humidity and all that, and I already have, lung bronchitis issues. I catch it real easy. Just say that. I have breathing problems. It just makes it worse. So, but I'm doing fine, friends. I'm feeling okay. It's just I know I'm having to rest to let my body heal. And but I feel fine. I feel great. Just tired. I get tired quicker. Let's just put it at that. So what do I have on my table this upcoming week? I'm looking behind you guys because that's where my quilt tops are. Now, being that I finished the Charmed, I'm sure I'm going to pull another one out that I'm really wanting to get finished. And it may be the flowering, since I only need to do the border on that one, because the woodland quilt, it's got like 2 borders that need to be on it. And so the flowering will be an easier, quick, get done project. So, I mean, that's a plus. That's a bonus that I can get that one done pretty quick. I may not take that to Miss Ava yet to get it quilted because I'm trying to hoard my money right now for my trip. And I know y'all are tired of hearing about this trip, but I am so excited. And if y'all are wondering, if you're new and don't know what I'm talking about, friends, Tammy over at the Siberian Wind, she is having a quilt retreat in September. I think it is like the 9th through the 13th, I believe is what it is. But it is in Casper, Wyoming. And I've never been to Wyoming. No, I am not a world-traveled person. I've gone as far west as New Mexico, as far north as Missouri, like Branson, maybe a little further north than that. And as far north on the East Coast, now I have been to D.C. and we chaperoned a trip to D.C. And I mean, I've been to like Florida, up all the East Coast, just about. But states that I've really like been in and sightseeing, most of the eastern borders I've seen. I'm trying to think how far north. My son lived in Tennessee and Kentucky when he was stationed there. So, of course, I've been there. But, like Wyoming, that's like uncharted territory for me. I've never done this. So, I will be driving to Casper, Wyoming. It is a 21-hour drive if I just drive straight. But I'm not driving straight. I'm going up and then over. I'm driving Route 66 or parts of it. I want to see some of the sites. I've got my travel books and all already. And I don't want to see everything on Route 66, just some hot spots. But I'll do some of Route 66. I want to go over into New Mexico, maybe go towards Albuquerque. And then come up north. I'm probably going to go towards Yellowstone first, like go see the Grand Tetons, then Yellowstone. And then come back like southeast towards Casper. That's the plan. That may not be what happens. Crossing my fingers really hard that there's no problems on the road trip, that everything goes fine, but it's going to be a 4 to 5 day drive for me. And that's just breaking it up into like 5 and 6 hour drive days. You know, I don't want to drive much more than that, which I can easily drive to Oklahoma City in a day. Done it before. Or Tulsa. I've driven to Tulsa in a day. I can do it in 10 hours. I can make it. But I don't want to drive like that because I know my back and my knee ain't going to handle it. Yo, I'm getting old. And you know, as a lot of people have said, yeah, it don't get no better. But I'm going to be driving and I'm going to be doing sightseeing while I'm driving and going. I'm not going to hike or anything like that. Guys, y'all know that ain't going to happen. No. I may get out of my vehicle to take a picture, stretch my legs, maybe to go in and grab a bite to eat somewhere and go to the bathroom. But other than that, I'm not going to risk hurting myself. No. But I'm very excited about doing this trip, and being that it's going to take me 4 to 5 days to get there, I'm having to think about accommodations, food, gas. My gas alone is going to cost me $600 round trip. So, yeah. So we are, you know me, I have to budget. I'm just like you. Just like you. I have to budget. I have to save. I'm doing the D-stashes. Those are helping. Thank you all for joining my D-stashes. We will be having another D-stash. I'm thinking the last Sunday of the month. If I get one together before then, I will announce it on the page. I will put a premiere up. But right now, I was going to start kitting up some projects. But guys, I started working on my sewing room. Again, I've got my computer finally moved to my front desk. My back desk, that's how it was intended when I flipped my room over. My computer's on my front desk. My back desk is going to be my shipping station for all of my business stuff. All my D-stashes, all my eBay stuff. I sell stuff locally on Marketplace. I ship. So that's going to be my shipping station. It's been a mess up until now, but I think I'm getting it under control and getting things out of the way, and we're getting it done. Now, that's not to say behind you guys is not a pure honking mess. It's a mess. I've got project boxes stacked up. I've got my you can't see it right here because my quilt's hanging over it. My M2 machine, the boxes for it's all over here behind you guys. So, and no, I have not even got to plug that in yet, but that is the goal for tonight because it's going to take, I don't even know what time it is right now. It's pretty late. But it's going to take me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to do all my setup and to go through all my training and my phases that I need to go through to test the machine out. So I don't really want to mess that up. I want to have enough time to do that without, you know, just messing everything up and without having to stop. But that is the plan, to do that. this evening, tonight. It is after dark. It's probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock. To me, that's late because normally on a Sunday, I'm out of here by then. But friends, that is what we're looking at. I'm hoping to start on that. I'm hoping to do a border possibly on that flowering. I'm hoping to pull another small project out this week like this. This was a quick, easy project. Had I been able to sit down with it and not got called away, I'd say 3 hours tops. I could have had the whole thing done. But, you know, I got pulled away and I had to finish it at a different time. But just the quilt top, yeah, quick, easy, 2 to 3 hours, very easy. With I think it's a big impact. I mean, y'all see that there? I think that's a huge impact. You've got your beautiful borders, and then you've got your chaos around your kind of solid borders. But what's going on this week? Let's say today that y'all are seeing this is going to be Monday, so you will see the updates. My husband has gone back to work, so I will be in my sewing room more while he is gone. So you can anticipate seeing at least one quilt with a border being done. I may be picking up my EPP this week. Just this last week was just chaos. I'm probably going to pick up another small project. It's running in my mind. I need to get these other, you know, one block here, one block there done, my block of the months, because I'm too behind on the reflections with Tammy and the diamond ice with Quilted Cow. I'm too behind on both of those. And so what I may do is get the Quilted Cow, because Tammy and I, we were talking actually, being that I'm going to the retreat, I will get the final clue at the retreat. So that's going to be, you know, interesting. I will be taking that with me to the retreat. Now, if you guys are interested, she still has some spots open for the retreat. She's trying to get 30 participants in there at least. And I think she's halfway there. And it's September. So, now the fee, it is held at a motel or a hotel. She does have a video on her channel that tells about it. I think the retreat fee is like close to $200. And if you're in her area, you don't have to stay at the hotel. But there is, I think she did say that there is someone that has a double room that just wants a roommate. It's already paid for. So if you're interested maybe in having a roommate, catch it, Tammy. Contact her on her channel. It's at The Siberian Wind, or The Siberian Wind, the @ sign at the beginning. But you can contact her and find out about that if there is someone, because the motel rooms are about, if you just get a single room, it's $6 to $6.75, I think, something like that, with taxes and everything. But we're going to have a great time at the retreat. There's going to be lots of goodies that is going to be had. I will be bringing some goodie bags. I know Tammy's going to have some goodie bags. We had someone else that said their comment is bringing goodie bags. So friends, come get all the goodies. Come get all the goodies. Join the retreat. Come get all the goodies. We're going to have a good time. Let's see, what else are we doing this week? I try to keep my mind focused, and I squirrel. I just squirrel, friends. That's so easy for me to do. I told you about the 2 things I'm behind on. I don't think I'm going to catch up on the reflection until later on, but I should be pulling the diamond ice out, because I'm behind a couple blocks on that. And if you're wondering what the diamond ice is, let me grab their blocks. These are my diamond ice blocks. These were, they're from the calendar in the 2025 Quilted Cows Advent box or Christmas box, or I can't remember, winter box. I can't remember what they call it. Let's see what it's called. It doesn't say what it's called on the box. The box is sitting up here. But this is my blocks that I did for the diamond dice. You'll see here. We got a template in the box to make these special cuts with. I need to go in and get those cut, get those sewn up, because they take no time at all to do. Now, these are not the only block of the months that I have due. I still have a block of the month from last year before that I had started, and I'm so close to being done with it. And I don't know why I'm not done with it. But I do need to pick that up and get that one finished as well. I was using the month of July to kind of catch back up. We did that in June. I'm doing it in July. I'm just trying to finish things. But you know, when burnout happens, that woodland quilt has kind of burned me out on that. And probably because those are not colors that I would normally pick to work with. And that is a lot of cuts, a lot of flying geese. And those are not my favorite at all. I just had to take a step back from that quilt to get it finished. Yeah. It took a lot out of me to just get it where it is now. I still have the border right there, still not pressed. And I'm not worried about it. I'm not sad about it either. It's okay. It will get done. But this is one that when I get it done, it does have to go to the long armor because I do have to have it before Christmas. So I've got to get on it because she could take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to get it done this time of year. But I want to get the woodland, the flowering. I may be able to get both of those done if I just push myself. I may even be able to put the binding on the flyaway, my Cotton Cuts flyaway. It's been quilted for months. It's sitting back there behind you guys. I hadn't trimmed it. I haven't put a border on it. Who knows when that's going to happen, friends. But it's going to happen. Just maybe not right now. But you know, if I go in and put the binding, that one's 100% done. I may need to move that one up on my table, shouldn't I? I hope you guys are having a wonderful beginning to your week. I hope you're able to sit in your sewing room, even if you're not able to sew. Look at your stuff, you know, your fabrics, your patterns. Sometimes that's very serene for me. You know, it's just such calming. But when I start looking at books, I'm like, oh, I'm going to make that. Yes, I am. Now, I do still have a bag as well that I am going to be making. That is still in my radar. The pattern is still over here. I've not put any of that away because I do want to do that. And if I keep it in front of my eyeballs, I will get it done. I will get it done. And friends, if you're going to be joining Tammy, Alicia, and myself for the sew along starting in November, it is a Jacqueline DeJong foundation paper piecing sew along is what we're doing. We are all three doing something different. The pattern that I will be doing is only like a 3 foot by 3 foot. I figured that's going to be as large as I need to go because this will be the first large foundation paper piecing that I've done. I have done mini quilts, the really small quilts. I've never done anything more than a 12 by 12. So this is going to be interesting. I'm very excited to get started with it. Y'all might have seen that in my Happy Mail last week. I did show you guys some Happy Mail. I'm hopefully going to get on the small table runner project that came in from Common Thread Sewing Room as well. So friends, you know, we didn't get a lot of work done, but anything is better than nothing. This was so happy to get that done. I guess that's why I went to a project like that, but I'm going to try to get the borders on flowering this week. I keep saying that because I feel like maybe if I say it enough times, it'll pound it into my head, pull it out, get it done, and get it over with. You know, that's all you got to do is just do it. But thank you so much for joining me, friends. I hope you're having a lovely day. Before you head out, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.